I've also been joined in the studio now with two of my other lovely students. I'll let you introduce yourself. So, Anna Karen.
Hello, I'm Anna Karen. I'm from Mexico and I'm a student in TI 2526.
Hi, my name's Luca. I come from South Africa and yeah, I'm a student at TI 2526.
Great, and we're going to take this opportunity to talk a little bit about the different electives and Cambridge subjects that we have, the academic side of things here at the International. I'll start with the academics. I think that's probably most important. Now, obviously, we follow the Cambridge International IGCSE system. And the subjects that we offer, considering we only have students for 1 year typically, we offer English, both at first and second language level. We offer combined science, which is chemistry, physics, and biology. We offer a subject called Global Perspectives. We offer an alternative to science called Enterprise. And we offer mathematics, of course. And then we offer the choice of a modern foreign language. And we have Spanish, French, and German, again, at both first language and second language level. In addition to those Cambridge exam-based subjects, we do offer Danish at various levels. For Danish speakers, we offer the 10th grade exam here in Denmark, which is the state exam at the 10th year. And then we also offer a beginners and intermediate class. Now, for beginners, that's typically students that have never spoken or learnt Danish prior to coming to the school, that just want to learn something about the language and culture that they've entered into. And intermediate Danish is typically for those Danish students that have been living abroad that maybe have spoken Danish growing up but not really have focused on reading and writing skills, so they have that opportunity to build on their Danish language. Now, typically in the British system, the Cambridge is year 10 and 11, so that would be 14 to 15, 15 to 16 years old. Now, the vast majority of our students will come in that sort of age range, 15 to 16, and be completing that final year of their Cambridge education. Now, we quite often get a lot of questions about, well, how do I credit my year? How do I get recognition? What happens if you're not offering 8, 9, 10 subjects, which is quite common in other international schools? Then that's a discussion that we are more than welcome to take on one of our show rounds and tours. You're also welcome to contact us by email or give us a call, so we can talk about your individual needs and accreditation, because it's very hard to answer that question in general terms. But what we normally find is that what we offer here is what most international schools would accept going forward for sixth form, for gymnasium here in Denmark, for IB and pre-IB around the world. But again, it's not, I can't answer that on behalf of everyone. Now, in addition to our academic subjects, also the exam-based subjects, should I say, we do offer our own subject called Global Citizenship, where numerous teachers come in and offer something related to our profile, this idea of meeting your world, developing your personal skills, conflict resolution, ideas about intercultural awareness, global citizenship, and so on. And then for those students that have maybe never learnt a foreign language before coming here, because quite often our international students have been studying English, so they wouldn't have spoken Spanish, German, or French prior to coming, then we offer our own little subject called Campus Community, which is a skills project-based class. But Anna Karen, maybe you could just say a few words about what subjects are you taking here at the school? Because I believe you have Enterprise, don't you?
Yes, I am taking Enterprise. I'm taking first language Spanish, second language French, and second language English, and math.
No. And how comes you chose Enterprise rather than the science?
Because I think it's like something that goes more with what I want to study when I'm like going into university in a year, and it's just something that I got attracted when I heard from the school. Yep.
And also you're going to be probably heading back to Mexico at the end of this year.
Yes, I am.
And what sort of questions have you been asked in terms of recognition of what you've got here? Is it enough, what you've been learning here during the year, or are you going to have to go back and add to those things?
No. Well, if I pass everything with, I think, a C, I'm able to go back to my year and just continue with my generation.
Great. Luca, what about you?
I take high-level English, maths, combined science, second language German, Danish, and then, of course, GP.
Yep. And what are your plans for next year?
Next year, I'm going straight to DP IB and pursue my dreams, I guess, of becoming a businessman, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the diploma program
Yeah.
at IB. And are you going straight to the IB program?
Straight
or
to IB
so you're not
program.
doing the pre-IB?
No.
And you feel that this year has prepared you well for the IB
Yeah.
course as well?
Absolutely. I've definitely become more mature and, yeah, just become more knowledgeable.
Yeah, and if I can ask, because you've attended an international school previously here in Denmark, what's been the biggest difference for you between going to a sort of a standard international school with an international boarding school?
Definitely an international boarding school, you're a lot more social. I mean, especially since you're living with people. And then whereas as a normal international school, you focus more on academics, whilst here you focus more on like, yeah, becoming more social, becoming more mature, creating a culture and environment, a family.
Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously academics are a big part of who we are. It's part of giving you that recognition that you need to go forward. But we do offer a whole range of extracurricular activities as well. And we have a full program of different, what we call electives that students can choose. And those are divided into two categories. We have what we call profile electives. They're the subjects that we feel as a school we're particularly good at, that we have some really good instructors in. Not to say that the others aren't as well, but these are what we specialise in. Also because you can have them up to 4 times a week. We have profile subjects in football, so soccer, dance, badminton, tumbling, which is tumbling spring gymnastics. We have esports, and our newest profile subject, which is surfing. Would you believe it, here in Denmark? But we're blessed here with wonderful waves. We may not have the weather, but we have some great waves and lots of wind as well. So that's something you'll definitely experience when you're here. And then in addition to our profile subjects, we have a number of different electives. Some are cultural based, some are creative, some are just to do with general well-being. And of course, being tied to the Danish Efterskole, so the sports college, a lot of them, of course, are sports based as well. Luca, if I can start with you,
Yep,
obviously,
absolutely.
Can you tell the audience what sort of electives you have, what you've tried during this year?
Okay, so I personally take volleyball, basketball, and bodyweight training. These have been interests of mine for quite a while. I've always wanted to go to the gym and start training and getting bigger and look better, but I've always just been too young, and this year has definitely given me the opportunity to start. I've been playing basketball for 2 years, so I just thought that I would carry it on and become better. And then volleyball, I've always been interested in. My brother plays back in my team back in Billund, but I never got the chance to join, so yeah.
And you mentioned sort of fitness. Now, we have an elective for fitness, but how often are you allowed to use the gym otherwise here?
Oh, we're allowed to use the gym daily, absolutely. On the weekends as well, all the time. Except for like when we're meant to be asleep and during classes, but yeah.
Good, but there's open access.
Yeah,
otherwise.
absolutely.
Yeah. And Anna Karen, what about you?
Well, I do indoor bike and dance, and well, rhythmic gymnastics. Those are my electives. Dance is something I've done like almost my whole life, so I just wanted to continue this year. Then indoor bike is something I wanted to try out because I wanted to have like a little bit more of exercise and just train a little bit more, but without doing like weight and just all of that.
Yep. And my experience with indoor biking or spinning is it's rather tough, isn't it? You get put through your paces.
Yeah, it is. And for example, on January, we went to a 8-hour bike kind of...
It's like a bike event where
Yeah,
there's
just like
thousands of
event,
people just in
yeah.
one room just pedaling for
And
hours. Yeah.
Yeah, we did, I think it was for 8 hours almost.
impressive.
Yeah, but like we did 4 each, so it was very nice.
And maybe you could just say a few words about the dance profile elective. What type of dancing do we focus on here?
Well, I'm in beginner's dance because like I left it for quite a bit when I did it mostly when I was younger. So we do mainly like more lyrical dance, jazz. We do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends.
So a lot of focus on the sort of rhythmical dancing
Yeah.
side of things, which is very akin to what we do here in Denmark with the rhythmical
Yes.
gymnastics. But we throw in a bit of everything, yeah. But maybe not so much classical and ballet.
No, there's
sort of
no-
traditional
yeah.
dances, but more contemporary as well. But obviously, these are just a few of the electives that we have. But I know I should have 2 students waiting out on our football pitch as well, and they're getting very cold. The sun is going down here in Denmark. and they're going to tell us a little bit about the football, the soccer elective that we have.
Hello.
Good
Hello,
evening, boys. If you can just start by giving a quick introduction to yourselves.
Yep. So my name is Santiago. I come from Guatemala, and I'm a student at the TI 2526. So my name is Noah. I'm from Germany. I'm also a student at TI 2526.
Great. And Santi, if we start with you, because I know that you have the football elective, don't you, here at TI, at the International. Yeah. Can you just tell us a little bit about the sort of levels, how football's run here, number of teams for boys and girls, etc.?
Okay, yeah, I can tell you about that. So first of all, we have the first team, which is like the top level for football players. There's the second team as well, which is for the players that also want to take it seriously, but they don't have the good of a level of team 1. Then there's team 3, which is just still a good level, but just more casual. And then we have 4 and 5, which is just most of the time just to have some fun and just to do some sports.
Yep. And do you have a lot of matches? Do we play in any tournaments?
Yeah, team 1 and 2, they play in like the most important tournaments. Team 3 also does, and then team 4 and 5, they don't play that important tournaments, but they still play a lot of matches.
Yep. And how many women's teams do we have this year? Is it 2 or 3?
We have 2 women's teams.
Yeah. And they have the same opportunity as the boys' teams as well, don't they?
Sometimes we have in trouble with them in the same bus to our location.
Great. And obviously we train all year round here despite our challenges with the weather. And I know you guys are out on our Astro pitch. Could you maybe swing round and show our audience some of the facilities we have for training all year round?
Oh, yeah, sure. This is our football pitch. We're entering it right now. We have to the right side, we have one of the fields, where we also have sometimes like practice, or you usually have practice there, but also sometimes we have our matches there. And if you look to the left side, we have the goal station, where you can practice as a goalie, but also for strikers. And if you look a bit more to the left, you also have a small basketball field for some people. I know Oscar that showed around to you earlier, or like taught a bit. He sometimes plays basketball there, and yeah.
Yep. And the pitch is floodlit as well, isn't it? So you're able to play in the evenings when you want to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
The part we showed you before, which is called the goal station. Sometimes we just go there at nights or like in the evenings to play with our friends and just have some fun. And you can also turn the lights on when it's dark.
Yep. And we should probably say that the training is a campus activity. So there's students both from the Danish department and the international department, which means that you have lots of opportunity and there's lots of players available for the different tournaments.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that there is goalkeeper training and striker training. Is that once, twice a week? How does that work?
The goalkeepers have, I think, 2 times per week extra training, where they just have like training just for the goalkeepers, just to have extra practice and be a bit more focused on their extra practice, because of course they don't run as much and they're more into like guarding the ball. And then we have the strikers, who sometimes have, I think, like they just meet sometimes as friends. It's not an official practice, but they just meet and shoot the goals and practice the shots.
Great, boys. And Noah, you play football, but you're not doing the elective. What elective do you have? Can you maybe tell our audience a little bit about what you're doing?
Surfing elective. I just chose actually the football elective because I thought it's kind of interesting now again, because I used to play, but I started again this year. And the surfing elective, and I used to have badminton and international cooking as well. Yeah.
Great. And obviously we don't have, unfortunately, the time to show the audience the big facilities behind you, but maybe you could just say a few words about what we have in terms of indoor facilities as well.
Yeah, indoor we have badminton and tumbling. Tumbling is one of the largest, I think, electives we have. Also badminton. And tumbling is also VI and TI mixed together. And
Great. And just for our audience's sake, when we talk about TI, we're referring to the international, so that's the international department, VI is Vedersø Efterskole, and that's the Danish-speaking department. But we're all part of one campus, and we share all of these wonderful facilities that you see here. So when students have these electives up to four times a week, then you have plenty of opportunity to meet the other students from each department. And that leads us on nicely to our next quiz question, which is how often do we have the electives? and that's the profile elective, sorry, is it 6, 3 or 4 times a week? And I know these boys will know the answer. But how many times do we have a profile elective? And obviously, just while you're thinking about that, I can also mention that just this year, we extended our sports hall with a new trampoline and foam pit. We've built an additional dance studio. And this is, of course, and we've also got plans with our fitness suite as well to expand that in the coming years as well. So, boys, I know it's getting cold out there, so I will say thank you very much. Come inside, get warm, and I will see you later. But thank you so much.